Alright, I ordered the Shotgun Universal Slugger Fire Sight set from Williams Gun Sight Company, and I ordered it on 5/7/2012. It's 5/12/2012, so it only took 5 days to get here. They promised 7 to 14 days. Good job on that. I looked at different sets in gun shops and I wasn't satisfied with what I was seeing. Plus, for the Remington 870, you have to drill and tap. With this, it's supposed to fit any shotgun that has a vented barrel. So I'm going to give it a whirl, see how easy this goes together. And by the way, if you don't know, these sights are good for if you're going to use a slug in a shotgun or if you're turkey hunting and you want a real tight shot. By the way, they did send a free catalog. The sight set was $39.96 with shipping and handling. It came to a total of $46.40. The catalog was free, no charge. And I like this thing. I think I'm going to pick me up one of these too. Alright, so here's all the pieces that go with the kit. You have a front sight, a rear sight, 2 rails for each sight, and 4 screws for each sight, and an Allen wrench to tighten them. And you see the pattern of the holes, so that regardless of the size of your vented rib, it should fit. So you have small, medium, and large spacings there. Alright, on both of the sights. Alright, redundant as it might be, I'm a big man on safety. No shells in the gun. Make sure your breech is open. No shells. Safety's on. And I've anchored this so it's not going anywhere. And of course the barrel is facing somewhere where it's not going to do any damage if the gun were to go off, which it can't because it's unloaded. But always, 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 always handle a weapon as if it's loaded, no matter what the circumstances are. So next I measured my rib on my barrel, and it appears to be 5/16 of an inch. This should fit 1/4 inch, 5/16 inch, or 3/8 inch vent. So I partially threaded one of the rails onto my sight, placed it on there. Then I checked the other side to see if I could see through the holes of the middle, because that's the one I'm using, the middle screw holes. And there is some light. I think I'll be able to work with it. Now here's the hard part, threading these screws on the other side. It's very important that you place your rail properly. It has a curvature on one side which goes against the barrel, and it has a lip on one side which goes under the vent, so that you'll have a flat side on the outside. What I did is I set my screw in the Allen wrench to spare me the pain of trying to find that hole. So I did manage to thread the screws on the other side. It seems like a nice fit. Now, looking from the front, it seems to be a nice fit. There's not play between the rib and the vent. Okay, so now I have to alternately snug these screws and then alternately tighten them. You want to do that alternately because if you tighten one at a time, it's going to throw this sight off, and it's also going to put you in danger of stripping or damaging a screw or the sight. So remember, alternately, I'll snug, 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 and then tighten, 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 tighten. Okay, it took me 2 tries, but I got it on evenly, and that's why I took 2 tries, is because the first time I snugged it down, it was off, set to the one side a little bit. I just loosened it up and readjusted it and tightened it down, so it's good now. Now for the back sight. That's a little bit different because you have to remove the top piece so that you can screw this down. For this you'll need a tiny screwdriver, because there's a little tiny screw there, and then you could take that right off. Then you're ready to go. You can't mount the back sight here. You can't mount it here because there's still a decline. The first level spot, that's where I mounted it, and it fit quite well. I'll give you a look down the barrel. I don't know how well I can focus this, but you can see this really picks up light. The fiber optics gather light quite well, and that's your sight. By the way, if you had a see-through scope mount, you could mount a scope here and mount this sight forward more. Those of you like me that don't want to spend big bucks for something to hold your shotgun, that you're not going to use more than a couple times in your life. Just get a blanket, drape it over your desk, get one of those 4x4 deck brackets, double up a towel, some socks or whatever to protect your gun from getting scratched by the bracket. It's also going to hold it tight in there. Set it in there and you've got a working area that's going to be secure. It's not going anywhere. By the way, something that I do, I save the package and keep that little Allen wrench in it and put it in my cabinet. Okay, I turned it down to low light and you can still see how it grabs light. I like this. Now I've got to sight this thing in with some test shooting. So there you have it. It worked and I have to say I like it. It's beautiful.